My name is Royce Arnold. I'm from Rock Island, Illinois. Trained with Militich and now Opinion Boxing. My previous opponent, Logan Anderson, got injured, so now I have a new opponent standing in front of me. As far as fighting David, which is one of his teammates, is not a problem to me.
I'm David Harris. No, I work my ass off 5 days a week, training, getting beat up by pros. My last fight, I fought Adam Gilligan in my hometown of Knoxville. It was a tough one.
This is just my opinion, but I felt like it should have been stopped. But that, like I said, that's just my opinion. But I mean, I give it up to him. He's a tough dude.
I don't know why he didn't stop it. Maybe he likes me. That's what I'm going for. But I thought I was defending myself as much as I could. He just wanted to see me get knocked out in my hometown. But whichever, it didn't happen, I won, and thanks for not stopping that, Jeremy.
It was a pretty good fight. They were both banging it out. The difference between me and Adam, I think, is going to be try to be more patient. I'm going to try to pick my shots in and out. I'm trying not going to get caught with a takedown. I mean, if I do. I'm ready for that too, but I'm going to try to keep this one standing.
I just want to say good luck to him. He better be training hard, because I'm training harder. I fought harder opponents, and I beat them, and I'm not giving up my belt. You ain't getting my belt.
To me, it means a lot. I mean, it just shows how tough I am myself, you know, to step up to fight in a weight class that I'm not used to fighting in. It proves me more as a fighter, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Willing to step up, not afraid to back down, just take the challenge in front of me, I guess.
But he's never fought Shuga Bunz, because Shuga Bunz is in it to win it.
Making his way to the cage tonight in our main event, Cage Aggression 9, Return of the Champions, Royce Arnold out of Militich Fighting Systems, with a record of 13-4, representing right here in Rock Island, Illinois.
Definitely has a big contingent of fans in the crowd. Said earlier when we got a chance to talk to him that his overhand right is his biggest weapon, so I'm going to be looking for that. I'm sure everybody else is too. And this is also supposed to be his final amateur fight. Looking to turn pro really soon after this fight.
He's been one of those guys that also early on helped me a whole lot in my career, and really that overhand right is nothing to be messed with. He also has a karate background in Taekwondo, and really his kicks and his punches, they come from all these crazy different angles, and really even with sparring, he's throwing with bad intentions, throwing to end, very emotional fighter, and really I know that fighting in front of all his hometown tonight, he's really looking to bring home this win tonight.
Right, and we've had an incredible card so far. Big shout out to Mike Goodwin for putting these guys together. And, you know, we finally come to our main event. 2 nights, tons of fights, and it all comes down to this. You know, another belt on the line, and what is set up to be a super fight.
Exactly.
Also want to make sure, I know Royce told me that he wanted to make sure he got a big shout out to his brother who, you know, had some health complications but has never missed one of his fights. So definitely wanted to mention that tonight.
Right, and like I said, when you're coming in with emotions like that, and you're, you know, dedicating fights early to your family, you're coming in with something else different than just to add on to the skill level. You're fighting with your heart, and that's a lot. That's what Royce says a lot, and I know that's going to jack up the intensity of this fight for sure.
had a wonderful opportunity to see David Harris fight him 2 times so far. Always brings tons of action. He said earlier when I got a chance to speak with him that he was really going to look to test Arnold's chin. So I haven't really seen too many of Arnold's fights, but if you're coming in with the mentality that Harris has that you want to test his chin, I'm guessing he's going to be standing up a lot, going for those strikes, looking to land them, and then take advantage of it from there.
He's really one of those guys, too, that sometimes, I mean, he starts off fairly slow and just gradually works his way up to fireworks. And I know his last fight, the main event with Ed Gilligan, who really saw what he had to offer, 5 full rounds of tough fighting. And he definitely pulled that fight out, definitely pulled the win out of that fight. And like I said, looking to do the same thing tonight. No stranger to the main event. And always delivers, so this is going to be an awesome fight. Great way to end this 2-night MMA extravaganza here at the Expo Center in Cage Aggression 9.
Your head, buddy. Keep your movement going. You're going to throw that shit right at the beginning. Sideways, you know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening, powered by Hyatt Toyota, and it's the first ACR Superbike scheduled for 5 rounds for the ACR lightweight title. Introducing first the challenger, fighting out the red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 153 and 1/2 pounds. He's trained by Middleton Fighting System and is sponsored by Mayo Pina Boxing, Auto Trim and Sign, Max Muscle, Core Fitness, Cage with Aggression, and Extreme Cage Rental. Joining us from Rhode Island, Illinois, is your ECR Featherweight Champion, Royce Starting at the blue corner, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 155 and 1/2 pounds. He trains with the Central Illinois Combat Club and is sponsored by Cornerstone Construction, BIB Property Enhancement, CII Embroidery, Shandy's Music, Shoot to Kill, Porter's Tax, and Midway Salvage. Joining us from Knoxville, Illinois, he is your reigning 5-time defending ECR lightweight champion, David Shuga Bunz Howard.
Here we are, Mike Smith, referee for our main event at Cage Aggression 9. Royce Arnold versus David Shuga Bunz Harris. Royce Arnold in the white and red shorts, David Shuga Bunz Harris in the black. Main event, here we go.
This is what we've been waiting for right here.
Round 1 underway.
So much hype behind this fight. I've never had so many people talk to me about a fight before.
And both fighters just come out swinging right away. Big kick from Harris. Big right from Royce and right back out. So here's what we're saying, establishing that range. That's where you get the crowd in and out.
Yeah, you would think most fighters would go in right after a punch like that, but nope, right back out.
There's that right we were talking about too. Really just sets up nice with his kicks and then pushes the punch. Big good kicks though, starting off from Harris.
In a fight like like this where, you know, if you go up to 5 rounds, those are going to, you know, definitely hurt.
Definitely. Big Superman punch ready, and a big punch from Arnold just misses Harris. Really, both fighters just stay right outside of range from each other, really kind of feeling each other out. 5 rounds in a title fight, you really do kind of have the luxury of a feel-out round.
Right, but still being, you know, relatively aggressive.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like they're just hanging back and not throwing or doing anything.
Big kick comes through. Royce Arnold not able to check that one.
Find a little bit of a gap to get some solid punches in.
I know Royce works a lot of his boxing too, or at least he used to in opinion boxing. And really one of those crisp boxers too that really waits and patiently for that good shot. And it's showing tonight. But Harris right there with him, showing some solid stand-up.
Those guys look pretty content right now to, you know, stand up. Nobody's looking to take to the ground quite yet.
And Royce looking to maybe get a good kick off too. Hasn't really let one come completely through and rip through, but
For that overhand right again.
David Harris kick. Wouldn't be surprised for Royce to play end of round 1. Royce a little bloody early in round 2 in this corner. Definitely gonna tell him to, I think, maybe push the pressure a little bit more. Take the fight to Harris a little bit. Harris did a good job of kind of commanding the cage right there and showing some dominance early, but definitely early in the fight, excuse me.
Definitely, as you see, you know, we go up and you have the main event, co-main event. You see the talent of the fighters go up, and you see the ability of the fighters go up. So both of these guys obviously don't want to get caught with, you know, the one shot that could end this fight in round 2.
We've seen it, both fighters have the capability to throw that fight-ending shot. And you know, when you've got 4 rounds left and you want to conserve some of your energy, but I guarantee the second round we're going to see both fighters step it up a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
Out.
Respect for David Harris to Royce in the second round. Royce really maybe starting to work some kicks and drop a kick in front of him. Big body shot from Royce.
Look at that overhand right as well.
And that's what sets it up nicely, is that left to the body, the overhand right. So we'll see if he can go into that combination a little bit. Harris going to be careful of really leaving that foot out there that long and not pulling it back, because Royce will catch it. As anybody would, leaving your foot out that long.
Arnold definitely looking more aggressive coming into this round than he did in the first.
Big kick coming through from Harris. Spinning kick from Royce, and here's where you start to see maybe warm up a little bit and try some of these outside the box kicks and see what lands. Big kick again from Harris. Harris has done a good job of establishing that kick, and most of them landed too.
Both fighters continue to sort of pull each other out. It's a little bit of redness on Arnold's legs from those splits that David Harris has done. but that has to, be a little bit better than catching one on the chin.
It's better to catch it on your head than your chin, but you got to be careful as they'll throw it to you. I've seen a lot of fighters say they broke their hands. Big shot from Harris. A lot of fighters break their hands on top of the heads. That comes out later in the fight. I broke my hands like around, and that's usually from when. Yeah, that was a ginormous shot from Harris, and Royce took it. But it definitely registered a little bit. Royce trying some outside the box things.
When somebody's willing to try, things that are sort of outside the box, you definitely have to be aware of stuff like that. There's one more thing for Harris to think about.
Royce right now, he got a couple of shots, heavy shots landed, so he knows he needs to land a couple big ones of his own to kind of even the playing field. Royce maybe wanting to do something big at the end of this round and go into the third. End of the second round.
Pretty action-packed, fairly even for both of the fighters in that round. Arnold definitely looked to up the pressure a little bit in that round compared to the first one.
And we've seen a big shot landed from Harris. We've seen a big shot landed from Royce. Both have taken the shots very well. So going to the third round, both know each other's power now. And I think this will be really the round that we see them really start to open up and make something happen as they, maybe don't want to go into the fourth and fifth round.
Both guys getting a lot of instruction from their corners right now.
Both fighters seem fairly relaxed too. I mean, for a title fight, a big two-night event here, both fighters keeping their composure, going in there, another sign of respect. So that was great to see. Big right hand from Royce to Harris. Big kick. Here's where we see both fighters start to trade a little bit. Like I said, the intensity jack up a little bit. 2 fights, 2 rounds done. Harris putting his hands down. Little body shot from Harris to Royce there too. And both fighters doing a good job of staying in the middle of the cage. It's almost like a mirror image of each other right now. They both know what each other has and what they can do. And Royce still trying for fuel, the team, and that definitely a big inside leg kick from Royce to Harris. That one definitely registered. You can't see the left leg of Harris reddening up. Actually hard. It's his lead foot too, so as he stands, it almost has a minor wobble to it because it is getting a lot heavier. Big left hand from Harris to Royce too, so we're not seeing a lot of shots, but the shots we're seeing are definitely hard coming through.
Impactful, they mean something. Not too much slapping going on out there.
There's Harris trying to go, trying to pick up the pace and go for it a little bit, do some backhands. Harris in there trying for the big shots and not getting them, and he's got to keep his composure though too. So you don't want to start fighting off emotion. That's when you get a little bit sloppy, and we've definitely seen him do well.
You have to say, though, in a fight like this that, when things are a little bit close, judges, give points for aggressiveness. And Harris has definitely been the more aggressive fighter throughout this fight.
Royce definitely needs to land something. Shot almost landed. Harris going to capitalize there, but stayed smart and just let's go back to right where it was.
A really nice uppercut in the middle of that.
And Royce needs to do the same too if he wants to take this round. He really needs the pressure. He's almost got Harris back up against the cage right there, and really needs to push forward more. right there, even two. Do more than just the big one shot. Really pepper some combinations in. Right there, he's got Harris knocking him against the cage. Maybe pushing a little bit more.
Nice right hand by Arnold.
Even right here, going for the end of the round.
Nice left hand by Arnold too.
Big overhand shot. That's definitely the end of the round.
Really tough round to be a judge. That's a tight one. Especially when Arnold turned it on at the end. He was able to get some really nice shots in on Harris, but Harris was on top pretty much the beginning of that round.
And like we said, the shots that are landing are the shots that are being scored on, so they really are picking their shots, and you know what, for the most part, landing them all and doing a good job. We haven't seen this fight a whole lot on the ground yet. It's really been a stand-up fight, so, you know, maybe the corners are telling their guys to take it to the ground and do a little bit down there, but, you know, as of this point, you know, both fighters are pretty content with going in there and trading. They both show a lot of power, so really
they know
curious
that
to see.
one shot could end it.
Right.
So, you know, why change the strategy up at this point?
Really curious to see what happens here in the fourth round. Getting down to the wire here. Potentially 10 minutes left. This is a big important round right now. Fourth round, cage aggression 9. Shot from Harris lands. Both fighters using a lot more feints right now, really trying to throw their opponent off and get that one extra shot in.
Both guys looking really light on their feet.
Here's what we waited to see, you know, the fighters tie up. The left eye of David Harris seems to be swelling up a little bit, so some of those shots are definitely landing. It's so fast we might not see them all the way.
Right. It's that big overhand right that Arnold talked about before the fight. A little bit of blood dripping from Harris's left eye now too. Those cuts coming at, you know, that area where it's gonna be really difficult to see.
Right. And that's what Royce right now has got to capitalize on that. Smell a little blood. You see your opponent bleeding a little bit from the eye. You really got to capitalize on that and close the distance in a little bit more. He's established his range. You know where your range is from.
Big shot by
David
Harris.
Harris lands a huge shot. Drops Royce Arnold. Really looks to end this fight right now.
Well, looks like he's looking to isolate that shoulder a little bit. Harris with a nice knee to the stomach.
Really looking to end this fight. Trap Royce up against the cage and do those uppercuts like we always talk about. Really looking to end this fight. Royce right back in it. Both fighters bloody. Takes a minute and regain themselves. Royce Arnold's definitely
Let's do it
wobbly
again,
right
you
now.
know?
He's got to get that composure back. I've got to think that it's only going to take a shot or two more from Harris to Arnold to really drop
Right.
and end the fight. But Royce right back in it.
What
Right
heart.
back in the pocket that we were just talking about.
What heart.
So this fourth round really, living up to the hype of this whole fight.
Both fighters looking like they're catching a little bit of a breather, but can't let your guard down for too long.
Royce really looking for that overhand baseball
connects with
swing of a
that.
shot. It's going to be lights out.
Yeah.
But really got to be careful because he's leaving himself very open for that when he does that. Still looking for that up kick and really needs to pour something on here in the fourth round and try to steal that round if he wants to take this. End of the fourth round.
That's why we got a main event here, folks. Tons of action right there. Both of these guys bleeding all over the place. Some people get squeamish by the blood. I kind of like it.
I don't mind a little blood. incredibly still, and this 1 minute in between rounds isn't going to give you your whole line back. So it's going to help out a little bit. You got to keep your hands still, but it's really got to come with those unorthodox spinning punches and kicks and really try to pull something out of the bag and get this win. Right now, I would have to think that David Harris with the knockdown is up on the cards. But before that, pretty fairly even match. So
Harris has to make sure that he's aware of, and I'm sure he is, of Arnold's one-punch ability. Sometimes that's all it takes. But Harris has been doing a great job of pushing the pace, taking the fight to Arnold.
Fifth round, our main event at Caged Aggression 9, return to the champions. Royce Arnold, David Harris, going for the lightweight ECR belt.
Those guys continuing to look for one punch.
Big shot, almost dropped Harris.
Harris a little bit gimpy on that leg, too.
Big body spinning turn kick for Royce Arnold. And that's what I'm talking about, those outside of the box spinning kicks that really throw you off. Both fighters are at their wits' end right here, so it's only going to take a shot from each of them to potentially end this fight. They're both right there. And, for being in round 5 and having fought 20 minutes, these guys are still throwing with some steam. Looking for that big up kick, too. We've seen that a couple times. And really, that's that front karate kick, and that's what I was saying, that taekwondo. And that's where that background comes into play. Kick working for Royce right now.
Harris is definitely favoring that front foot a little bit.
Great counter punch right there from Royce. Took one and gave one. Really need to close that distance right now and end this fight. David Harris doing a good job of staying right out of harm's way, but just enough to be able to throw in a shot of his own. That kick's still coming through and registering very hard for Harris. You can tell in his face.
And he knows, too. He has to know that he's up, so he doesn't want to put himself in harm's way too much.
David Harris has got to know that, too. He landed that big shot last round. He really wants to land that again. I've got to think that would do it. Shot again. Both fighters really just laying it all on the line right now.
There's 2 big shots by Harris right there.
And he's just waiting. He's not going forward. He's just countering. Royce dazed him too. Really going for the kill now. Both fighters looking for the kill. Going for the finish.
Harris very smart right there. I'm going to say that's really smart right there to tie up Arnold when he had a slight advantage right there.
Yeah. Really right there. That's when people get knocked out. That happens.
Final few seconds of this great
Final 10 seconds of the round.
Well, folks, this is one of those situations where we always discuss it. Why would you ever want to be a judge in a situation like this? Both of these guys deserve a standing ovation for going in and fighting and putting everything out there, and leaving everything in the cage. Now it's going to be up to the judges. Both of these guys definitely deserve to walk around with their arms held high. Incredible main event fight tonight. What a chin on both of these guys, too. Looks like our judges are still tabulating the scores. End of a great Caged Aggression 9 event put on by Mike Goodwin. Kudos, shout out. I don't know how much praise we can send out, but he gets all of it. Incredible card, incredible production value. employing me. What else could be better than that? Looks like we got our scores.
Hey, let's hear it one more time for both these warriors. Just make sure and let their hearts to the ACRA. We're going to go to the judges' scorecard for this decision. Judge number 1 scores this contest 47-48. Judge number 2 scores this contest 46-49. And judge number 3 scores this contest 47-48. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and still ECR heavyweight champion, David Shuga Bunz Harris.
There you have it, folks. Send it to Nick Cunningham in the ring with our winner.
David Harris, sounds like really coming to the whole time of your mind and take this one back on the cage pressure line. Feels good, feels real good. Tough opponent and more experience than you. Took the challenge because that's what we gotta do. Become a real professional MMA fighter. I try to fight good fights, try to fight the best. Is there anything that surprised you in the fight tonight with Royce Arnold? I thought he was gonna kick more. I was practicing on southpaw when he was on right-handed. But I still focused on his legs because he's a good submission artist. That's the one thing I was really worried about was his submissions. What's the next one? Next for me is I'm getting married and I'm getting the fiance.